Welcome to the Whitehall Avenue SDA Church Weekly Vesper Voice. It is that time when the publishing department invites you to acknowledge the beginning of our Father's call to come, rest, and worship as He renew our mind and body. Today's reading is taken from the book Daughters of God, Chapter 7, Women Role in Soul Winning Ministry. God's cause at this time is in special need for men and women who possess Christ-like qualifications for service, executive ability, a large capacity of work, who have kind, warm, sympathetic hearts, sound common sense, and unbiased judgment, who will carefully weigh matters before they approve or condemn, who can fearlessly say no or yea and amen, who, because they are sanctified by the Spirit of God, practice the word, all ye are brethren, striving constantly to uplift and restore fallen humanity. Christ provides a perfect pattern for true ministry. Sunday, March 15, 1891, I attended the morning ministry meeting. The blessing of the Lord came upon me, and I spoke in demonstration of the Spirit of God and His power. There are those who are working out of a great circle. The Lord has given Christ to the world for ministry. Merely to preach the word is not ministry. The Lord desires His ministering servant to occupy a place worthy of the highest consideration. In the mind of God, the ministry of men and women exists before the world was created. He determined that His ministry should have a perfect exemplification of Himself and His purpose. No human career could do this work, for God gave Christ in humanity to work out His ideal for what humanity may become through entire obedience to His will and way. God's character was revealed in the life of His Son. Christ not only held a theory or genuine ministry, he is in His humanity. He wrote and illustrated of the ministry that God's approved. Perf- Perfection is marked out every feature of true ministry. Christ, the Son of the living God, did not live unto himself, but unto God. Christians are God's helping hand. God's promise to the obedient are good tidings of great joy. They are gladdened to the humble, contrite soul. The life of the true Christian is radiant and bright beam of the sun of righteousness. If men and women could act as the Lord's helping hand, doing deeds of love and kindness, uplifting and oppressed, rescuing those ready to preach, the glory of the Lord would be their reward. They would call and the Lord would answer, here am I. They would turn to the one close beside them who had given them the promise, lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Women to consecrate their time to service of God. Women are willing to consecrate some of their time to the service of the Lord, should be appointed to visit the sick, look after the young, minister to the necessity of the poor. They should be set apart of his to this work by prayer and laying of the hands. The article in which the statements appear is entitled The Duty of the Minister and the People. It is called to involvement of the laity in the church to become active and to share the burden of the minister. In some case, they will need to counsel the church officer or minister, but they are devoted women, maintain a virtual connection with God. They will be a power of for good in the church. This is another means of strengthening and building up the church. We need to branch out more in our method of labor. Not a hand should be bound, not a soul discouraged, not a voice should be harsh. Let every individual labor privately or publicly to help forward this grand work. Place the burden upon men and women of the church, and that they may grow by reason of the exercise and thus become effective agents in the hands of the Lord and the enlightenment of those who sit in the darkness. Not eloquence that makes work that make work acceptable. God wants workers who can carry the truth to all classes, high and low, rich and poor. This is the work women may act an important part. God grant those who read these words may put forth earnest effect to present an opening door to consecrate women to enter the field. Those who in their life work have not come into contact with the higher class of society need not feel that they cannot do the work. It is not eloquence that make the work acceptable. It is though the human and can try and the Lord's work. Dignified and self-sufficient cannot touch or help needy soul. And this brings us to the end of the weekly Vesper Voice reading. Guard the edges of the Sabbath family and see you in the sanctuary.